to date with me on everything, make sure you guys follow me on Twitter. It's at JoshWRB, and hit that subscribe button and notification bell if you're new, because that's the best way to stay up to date with all my videos right when they come out. Hey guys, what's up? It's JoshWRB here, bringing you a brand new review. Today, I'm talking to you guys about Dunkirk, Christopher Nolan's new film, written and directed, produced, all that fun stuff. He is one of my favorite directors. If you don't know who Christopher Nolan is, then I don't know who you are. But he did the Dark Knight trilogy and a whole bunch of other amazing movies that you really liked. Inception, the list goes on. He just knows how to tell a story, non-linear, and just like kill it. Actually, I'll just read the synopsis on IMDb for this. Allied soldiers from Belgium, the British Empire, and France are surrounded by German army and evacuated during a fierce battle in World War II. All happened in Dunkirk. This movie has maybe like 200 words of dialogue in it for the whole length. So this is pretty much the shortest war movie I've ever seen. And it's so weird because like, this is what you hear from everyone. It has like zero dialogue, but it literally keeps you gripped to the screen the entire time. How this is filmed and how it's edited, because it's got 5 different storylines going on. And a lot of the characters aren't talking the whole time. They're doing a lot of nonverbal communication, like nodding, and just like all the acting, like nonverbal acting, is so well done in this. So the casting in this movie was just bang on. I don't know half of the people that were in this movie. I think a lot of them were first-time actors, but Christopher Nolan knows how to direct very well, obviously. So this is Harry Styles' first film as well, and he killed it. Like, his character was really cool. I can't even say the story. So the 5 different storylines, you get to see how war affects 5 different people completely differently, like just their character in the war, meaning like, are you a coward? Are you a hero? Are you like, how are you going to react to these certain situations that you're being put through? And as an audience, I feel like we were always, if there was 2 soldiers on screen, I felt like I was a 3rd soldier just watching these 2 interact. That's how much it felt like I was actually there. And like, I've heard this before with like Saving Private Ryan and stuff like that. Like at the beginning of Saving Private Ryan, how it was filmed, it made you feel like you were actually there. And to a certain extent, yes. But I think this movie actually did that even better than Saving Private Ryan, because I literally felt like I was flying in the cockpit with them. And the way that they filmed this with the IMAX cameras, like, it was a little distracting at some points, switching from IMAX, like the full 70mm, to the letterbox. And it does that a lot. And at one point, there's a full scene where it cuts like shot for shot, like between different aspect ratios, and you kind of just accept it. And I don't know if our projector was projecting the letterbox stuff a little bit darker, or that's how they color graded the letterbox stuff, but it was more distracting because the 70mm IMAX camera footage was so crystal clear, so bright. Like literally the best picture I've ever seen on screen was in this movie with the IMAX footage. It was freaking crazy. It was phenomenal. So that kind of took me out of the movie a little bit, but the way they filmed the flying sequences was so well done. Like, because you're stuck on the front of another plane. And I love that they chose to do that and not have like a helicopter getting all the cinematic shots that we're used to seeing in a whole bunch of movies. This was fixed on the front of an airplane, and you could feel that because there'd be two planes like flying on screen, like here or something. And then in the next shot, you're over here and the planes are up here coming into view, because the plane is turning with the camera on it super slowly and bringing the other plane into view. So the whole theater, like 70mm, the whole IMAX screen, there's just a little plane on the top right corner, and the whole audience just goes and looks up. And it was so cool to see just the power that Christopher Nolan has over the audience. And it was so, I loved this movie. I honestly can't see anything wrong with this movie. The lack of dialogue added to every single scene because the score was so tense, and there's this constant like ticking sound in the score as well. Like, the suspense is just there the whole time. You feel like something could happen, and like the gun sounds, it startles you, and this movie has everything a war movie should have and strips out all the bullshit. You're getting exactly what I think a war movie should be. This is profound. It's like I could honestly say almost a masterpiece. I think like Christopher Nolan is just amazing. I don't know what else to say. This was exactly what I wanted to see. Definitely see it in IMAX if you're going to see it, because it was just insane to see. Like, I've seen tons of movies in IMAX, like in the IMAX theater, but it's not an IMAX film. Like, it's just letterbox. So you're seeing it a tiny bit bigger than you would in other theaters. This was a full-on IMAX feature. See it in IMAX. I love that Christopher Nolan grasped onto that technology instead of the 3D technology, because I find 3D really hokey, and I'd rather see stuff bigger and more crystal clear and just the bigger resolution than 3D any day of the week. Christopher Nolan, you've done it again. Love this guy. Cannot wait to see his next film. The rewatchability of this one is definitely there, just because it is so beautiful on screen. It's weird to say that horrific images are beautiful, but just the cinematography and the composition, I haven't seen IMAX cameras put in those situations before. They had to create, I heard they had to create special lenses for this movie. They had the actual like IMAX camera, which is like this big, on the side of those airplane wings, and then they had to make a special lens that went inside, like did a 90-degree angle and had mirrors in it and went inside the cockpit to get those shots. So innovative as well, like awesome. I love hearing stuff like that. You definitely have to see this freaking movie. It's getting 6 out of 6 bottles from me. Flawless victory. Christopher Nolan, wow. So that's all I got for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. We'll see you next time. Don't forget to click this video you see on the screen. You might actually like it. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Have a nice day, guys.